Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson 33 in Arabic. As we go on to the next lesson, lesson 33. So first we'll begin with the homework lesson 32Q, L32Q, which was set on the 11th of Jan. And always the links are, so today's homework will be set in the links below in YouTube. So exercise 1, the answer دفاعه قوي. So this is reading right again. His defense is weak. Its defense is weak, or his defense is strong. Sorry, قوي is strong. هذا مدربهم. This is their coach. This is their coach. هذه أمها بشرى. This is her mother بشرى. فريقهم على الشمال. Their team is on the left. فريقي, my team, يلعب اليوم, are playing today. And then this is exercise 2, put the right word in the empty space. فريقه يلعب اليوم. His team is playing today. شريف ذهب مع صديقه or أبيه. أنا أشاهد المباراة مع صديقي. I'm watching the competition with my friend. هذه صديقتك يا مشيرة. This is your friend or مشيرة. هذه نحن فريقنا على اليمين. Our team is on the right. Exercise 3 is to rearrange the words correctly to make a sentence. فريقك يلعب على اليمين. So I think على should have been there. على. So your team is playing on the right. فريقهم على الشمال. Their team is on the left. فريقي يلعب اليوم. My team is playing today. فريقنا, our team, مدربه مشهور. Our team, its coach is famous. أنا أذهب إلى المباراة. I'm going to the competition. Exercise 4 is to put the correct word in the right space below. فريقه يلعب اليوم. His team is playing today. شريف ذهب مع أبيه or صديقه. Any of them could be right. I'm not sure what was in the text. أخته could be right as well, so really any of them could be right. However, if it was in the comparison base, I think one of them would be from the Abi and Sadiq. فريق الشريف على so Sharif's team is on the, could be Shimal on the right, on the left, Al-Yamin on the right, or Wasat in the middle, on the middle. So I think it's فريق الشريف على الشمال. فريق بشرى على اليمين. Could be شمال, could be وسط as well. فريق الأولاد دفاعه قوي. So the children's team, their defense is strong. كانت صديقته مشيرة مع أمها. The friends of Mushira were with her mother. فريق الأولاد على الشمال. The children's team is on the left. مدرب فريق الأولاد مشهور. The coach of the children's team is مشهور, is famous. So that's for last time's homework. And if you continue today's lesson, so we're now on lesson 33. حديقة جميلة. There's no alif lam, so it's a beautiful garden. حديقة being the garden, Jamila being the description for it. So today's is looking at kind of revision on adjectives, and then we'll touch upon the weakened verbs, as we'll come to later on. It's going to be in the comprehension, but then also there will be a session after that. So حديقة جميلة, a beautiful garden. صادق, So this is the name of the first person in this story, in this comprehension text. صادق يزرع وردا أصفر. So صادق, he is, يزرع is to plant. So it's زرع يزرع إزرع. That's the ماضي, مضارع, and أمر. So صادق is planting wardan. So this is what he's planting, the object, which is a flower, and it's a yellow flower, asfar. So that's the description, because wardan is in the masculine. We have asfar, color, which is acting as an adjective. It's also in the masculine self. Sufra would be the feminine version of asfar, yellow. So he's planting a yellow flower. وَبَصَلًا أَحْضَرَ. And we continue, واو being the harf atf, this is that conjunction, and he is planting, يزرع بصلا, so which is an onion. And what kind of onion? أخضر. So this is again an adjective for basal, which is a green onion. And again, basal is in the masculine sense, so أخضر is also masculine, instead of being خضراء, which is the feminine version. And finally, وَجَزَرًا, and jazar is carrots. وَجَزَرًا أحمر, red carrots. So instead of حمراء, it's أحمر, which is for the masculine. As jazar again is also a masculine word. So we've got three items: word, basal, and jazar, all in the masculine sense, and we have asfar, akhdar, and ahmar, all following in the masculine version of the for the color adjective description. The next person in this part, in this comprehension, is Sabir. And what is he doing? Sabir yada'u. So yada'u is to place, to put. So we have wada'a, yada'u, da'. That's the amr. Come across this in the weakened verbs. So in here we have a verb, yada'u. It's only three, but normally we've seen yazra always got four in there, because the ya is adding it in for the mudari part. So we have the ya for the mudari part, but where's the there's two other letters only, so meaning one has been dropped off. So if you look in its mudari sense, if you revert back to mudari, sometimes that gives an indication. Wada'a, so the waw is that letter, and again that's a weak letter. So anything from waw, alif, and hamza, alif, waw, alif, and ya, it's from the vowels in Arabic, but also they're considered to be weak letters. Huruf al-illa. So because we have that waw, that's dropped off. That's at the beginning now. So instead of from wada', I went to yadaw, and the waw dropped off. Yadaw. Sabir is placing, he's putting. Al-warda, he's putting the flower. Fi sunduqin saghirin. And then fi is the huruf al-jar, it's telling you about prepositions. So and what is it saying? He's placing the flower in a box. Sunduq is a box. Plural we've learned in the past was sonadiq. So sunduqin, there's no alif lam, so we've got tanween there, we've got two kasras there. Fi sunduqin saghirin. So because we are here describing the box, what kind of box? It's a small box. Opposite saghir is kabir. And we've got two kasras at the bottom, which is that tanween. Tanween meaning that there's two of them, because it's an alif lam, and obviously an adjective follows what is describing in masculinity and gender, but also here in whether it's a specified object or not. So it's the or a in a box, in a small box. So he follows that in that. There's no alif lam there. There's no alif lam there. Then we go on to the next sentence. And here, al-Azhar, so it's starting off with the preposition. Al-Azhar, on the trees. Shajara is tree. Ashjar is the plural. On the trees is asafirun kathiratun. So they're not with the alif lam as well. Asafir. Usfur is the singular for these birds, or it could be a sparrow bird as well. Usually, usfur is a sparrow bird, but can be little birds. Asafirun kathiratun, many birds. So on the trees are many birds. Could have been the other way around. Asafirun kathiratun, many birds are al-ashjar, on the trees. So how you put it into the sentence, it depends on what it is that you want to emphasize, what is it that you want to stress. Al-ashjar, on the trees, are asafirun kathiratun. And asafir has no alif lam, it's not specified, it's not determined. So we have that followed by the kathira, which is the description, many trees. So they both got tanweens, and this is in the dhamma, two dhammas they have on top. And because asafir or sur is a feminine word, here we have the ta mudawwara, which is, instead of being kathirun, which would be for the masculine, that noun was masculine, but now because the noun is feminine, here we have the ta to say kathiratun. So here saghira, if you want to make the feminine, normally you put a ta there. So saghiratun, if you had to make it such. And the opposite of kathiratun, qalilatun. So kathir, many, qalil, little, few. And in the next sentence we have al-hadiqatu nadhifatun. So here now, this one has alif lam, this one doesn't. So we know this is not describing that. We're not saying a beautiful, a clean. Nadhifa means clean. It's not. We're not saying a clean garden. If it was a clean garden, would have hadiqatun nadhifatun, just like in the title hadiqatun jamilatun, a beautiful garden. But here we've determined this. We specified this with an alif lam, al-hadiqa. So we're saying this is what we're gonna the subject, what we're talking about, and what is it that we're saying about this? What's the news that we're giving this? The mubtada khabar here. The hadiqa is clean. This is now how it's translated. The hadiqa, al-hadiqatu nadhifatun. So you can see this is tanween, this is two dhammas, this just has the one because they're not adjectives, so it's not going to follow that in that sense. Al-hadiqatu nadhifatun. The garden is clean. Wasiqa will be the opposite. So hadiqa again also feminine. We have the feminine, we have ta marbuta here. Wasiqa would have been the garden is dirty, but here we're saying the hadiqa is nadhifa. This is the so nadhifa and wasiqa are the two opposites. Wal hawa'u latifun, and again first one has alif lam, second one doesn't. So here we're determining it's the sky. The air. The air is latif, is pleasant. It's nice. It has it can have many opposites. Ghalid, very strong. Latif is very light and it's fine. So the wind is the hawa. The wind is fine. Well, hawa latifun. Here's tanween. Here's no tanween. As this is mubtada khabar. This is that subject. We're talking about that. What are we saying about it? The next line, as-sama'u safiyatun. So here, the sky is clean, safiya, clean. Safiya, we can have makhlut, mixed, mixed with things, so it's not pure, it's mixed with so many different things, it's, polluted in a way. So as-sama'u safiyatun. The sky is clean. It's pure, clean. Clear. Washamsu, and the sun is mushriqa. And the sun is mushriqa. It's it's shining. Washamsu mushriqa. Al-ashjaru aliyatun. The trees are high. Safila is low. But here we have aliya is high. Al-ashjaru aliyatun. The trees are high, tall. Wal-wardu jamilun. And the flower is beautiful. So on these last few cases we have, first one has alif lam, second one doesn't. So this is showing you that is not an adjective to that. Instead it's mubtada khabar. And then we have in the last sentence Reem, a person's name, a female. Reem tasqi al-jazara. Reem is giving water to al-jazara, the carrots. She's putting water on the carrots. Wal-basara, and the onions. So here we have the verb tasqi. Now again, this is now from the weakened verbs. So its Maldi state is saqa, to give, to drink. Saqa. Yasqi. So that's where we have tasqi because it's in the mudari form but for a single female. So if it's a single male, it will be yasqi. But here we have Reem speaking, so she's doing the action. So it's tasqi, and then the amr, the order, the command would be isqi, water the plants. Isqi al-warda, water the plants. That's giving a command to somebody in that sense. So today's subjects are touching upon the weakened verbs. We saw just in the examples of wada'a, yada'u, and we have on saqa, yasqi. So I'll bring up the board for that. And here we have an example of these states. So I'll bring the camera down a bit and we'll go through these examples. So these are the weakened verbs, and that is al-fi'l al-mu'tal. Yeah, so they have a huruf al-illa, they have a letter which is one of the weak letters. So what I mentioned, the weak letters are considered to be alif, waw, or ya. So in a verb, if you have any of these three in it, in the three root letters, we're only looking at three root letter verbs. There are more, 4 letters and 5 letters. So for now, we're looking only in the 3 root letters, and let's just identify the weak letters in each case. So we have al-fi'l al-mithal, we have fi'l al-ajwaf, and we have al-fi'l al-naqis. Al-fi'l al-ajwaf, al-mithal, the first one, is to say that in the first of these 3 letters, the waw here, so that's the first letter, that's the second letter and third letter for this verb. The first letter in each case, we have wasala and we have wahaba. Okay, we have a waw in there, and the waw is considered from the weak letters. In the second example, fi'l al-ajwaf, jawf means middle, so this is kind of talking about the middle letter. We have a qaf, but that's not the middle letter. The middle letter is this alif here. That's a weak letter, and so we have an alif here too. Could be a waw, could be a ya, but in today's examples they're both alif here. And finally, al-fi'l al-naqis. Naqis means a loss, deficiency. So here it's the end letter now. Fi'l al-naqis are to do with the end letters. Here we have a ya, from the alif waw ya, and here we have this is not a ya, this is an alif maqsura. So that's this qala and ba'a, that is radiya, and this is qada, that's an alif maqsura. Qala, ba'a, wasala, wahaba. So we're just going to form these in the fi'l amr. We're going to do it in the fi'l mudari, and we're going to do it in the fi'l madi, mudari, and amr. So we do it in all 3 ways. So let's go with fi'l. We're going to go with wasala. So the past tense for wasala is, what did you say? Is that I've actually put it into the mudari, in the madi sense already. So that's wasala. We go on to the mudari form, and this is where it drops. Yasilu. Wasala means to connect. Yasilu. And we've seen the waw drop off. This weak letter is dropped off. And if you look at the amr, sil, connect. The Prophet said to sil al-arham, connect the family ties, family connections, do not break them off. So wasala yasilu sil, and here you can see there's no waw at all whatsoever. So that's just an example, and to understand there are verbs that have weak letters in it and they follow some different patterns. What do we have for zara? We had zara, yazra'u, so we still had the za, the ra, and the ayn, yazra'u, izra. We had za, ra, and ayn, izra, plant. Here's connect, just come to 2 instead of the normal 4. Wahaba is to give a gift, to bestow a gift. So we have Wahaba. He gave us a gift, because this is in the masculine for the one single male. Wahaba yahibu. Yahibu is giving a gift. He's bestowing a gift. Hub. And again we have just two letters here. Hub. Rabbi habli min ladunka dhurriyatan tayyibatan innaka sami'ud du'a. Idua. The Prophet has taught us. Rabbi habli, Allah, bestow upon me. Yeah, so this is regarding children. Al-fi'l al-ajwaf, we have qala, so we'll go with qala, the madi. Qala, we've come across a lot of times. It's to say, so he said. Qala, yaqulu, yaqulu. So this is now ajwaf verbs. Yaqulu. So it's different to that one. You can see the alif is kind of like changed to a wow in this case. There'll be combinations of what they change into. But amongst, so alif could change to a wow, wow could change to ya, ya could change to wow. You know, all three combinations. Qala yaqulu. But the last part is qul, say. We have that many examples in the Quran. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Quran ayah comes. Qala yaqulu qul, say. He's saying, he said. We have ba'a, to sell. Ba'a, he sold. Ba'a. Yabi'u. Yabi'u. He's selling. Bi'. Again, so you see a pattern, there's two here as well. Bi', sell. And then we have al-fi'l naqis, where the end is now changed. So we have radiya, again this is the madi already. Radiya, to be pleased. I say radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. You know, so when we say that's in the Quran, but when we mention the Sahaba, companions of the Prophet ﷺ's name, we say radiyallahu anhum. May Allah be pleased with them. Radiya, to be pleased, he was pleased. Radiya, yarda. Yarda. That's like an alif now. Alif maksura. Yarda. Irudi. But this is now slightly different. Irudi. Be pleased. Irudi. The ya is just dropped off like irudi. And finally the last example we have is qada. To decree, to judge. Qada, to execute. Qada, to execute a command. Right? Qada, yaqdi. Yaqdi. So here's alif maksura, here's a ya now. It's changed there. Ya there, now it's gone to alif. So they have a combination of how they change. Qada, yaqdi, iqdi. Iqdi. And here with the ya, there's no ya there. So it's just a dod. So it's come to 3. So when it's at the end, it comes to like a 3 version, but when it's in the middle or the beginning, it just has 2 examples. So just to be aware of the fi'l mu'tal. Sometimes you have verbs that have a weak letter in it from the wows. Could be a ya there, could be alif there. Alif, wow, or ya there could be. Wow, ya, alif could be there as well. In the middle one, on the middle one, end one, or the beginning. And they follow a different pattern, and that's just to be aware of that. Just the way they form, but that's when you are learning these verbs in the vocab, you'll pick that up. So that's it for today's lesson, and inshallah we'll continue 2 more lessons, I believe, or one more lesson I think, and that's it for level 1. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.